Hello everyone, it's Nancy here. It has been quite some time since I have done a video, so I hope I remember how to do this. I had some great videos prepared for Christmas projects and something went wrong. I was having some technical issues and then life issues, and so I'm back today and I want to show you a few things for lavender blue journals. I am working on a video. I'm working on a complete junk journal. This is the folio, which I'll show you in a minute. I'll give you just a little look at the journal. I haven't figured out the cover yet. I'm doing something with the file folder, but I have used the basics. It's called Basic Essentials Junk Journal Kit in the lavender blue Etsy shop. And then I am also using all of the Basic Essentials ephemera, and there is a load of it, and it's all in neutral colors, and there's pockets and tags and everything. And then it goes beautifully with this collection, which is the Black and Ivory folio in the Etsy shop. And it's just really pretty. I've put this together to be an insert in my journal. The outside is this pretty damask in black and white. The inside, I use this with the dot on it, so there's lots of room to write on all the little bits and pieces. There's a pocket, there's this little envelope, but what I did was I just left it so that the journaling can be done inside, and then it's got a little tuck. Then there's two tags in here, more writing on the back. I've added some butterflies. And then there's this little envelope. I love these little envelopes. I've just put a piece of craft in there, and that gets tucked in there. And then there's this little notebook, or note card, or whatever you want it to be. And what I did, I printed on the inside, and then I've just got a bunch of little scraps here to do more journaling on. And then there's another one of these little notebooks that I have put on the back. Again, I've added some of the scraps from the collection and some coffee dyed papers, and then I put this on so there's a pocket, and I've just tucked a couple of the tags from the collection in there. So this will be an insert in my journal. And then I wanted to show you a couple of other things that really coordinate beautifully with this collection. This is the... I've got notes here, so I know what everything's called. And this one I don't even see on here. But these are the bags. There's a bag collection, and it's just done up like a paper bag. And what I did, I used my pinking shears just to trim across the top, like some of the bags we buy are. And then with these ones, I printed these ones out a little bit smaller. This one I'm going to be putting into the journal flat, and these I'm going to tuck into something probably. So I made them smaller, and then one of the tags from the kit fit in there. And then I've also used Vintage Photo Frames collection. This has the black photos in the frame with the little corners, and very vintagey looking, and then the butterflies are extra, and so I added a butterfly there. To this one I added just one of the frames and this from the collection, and then this has a little tuck spot, and again it's got the same kind of tag in the top. So those will go beautifully with the Basics junk journal, the Basic Essentials junk journal. And then I use these, which are the window pocket basics. Now there's another one around here somewhere, but I couldn't find it in time for this. So I've used these before and shared them in a journal. They're these lovely little envelopes with a pocket, with a window that's cut out, and then it's got an insert. This one, I put this inside the pocket. It's another part of the photo frames kit. And then the journal card, and then I added this on. And what's fun is these actually had some little corners and different embellishments that had that looked like the old tape, and that was a perfect opportunity for me to use my tape for the first time. I recently made this. Oh, that's very glary. I just did, you know, one of these pocket pages, and I had this nice wide Scotch tape. So I just stuck it all on there, and then I got my Spectrum Noir markers, and I did different colors of yellow. I did some darker ones, I did some more messy and grungy looking, and so this is what I used on here today. And I love that. It's just this lovely little air. I mean, it really does look like old tape. So I added little bits of that on there, and this one. This has the little tuck, as does this one. And then this one I didn't. This has the map one. So then, okay, so there's a pretty face behind that one. One of the vintage photos that come with the frames collection. And there's another photo behind that one. And then the butterfly behind that one. So then, because I had the open window with this in it, I mean, I could have put the butterfly and everything on there, but I liked it behind, so there's something when you open it out. And then, because that was so empty, I used I really like using this set. I got this on Facebook Marketplace for such a bargain, and I just really have used it a lot. It sits here on my desk, and I've had a lot of fun with it. So I just stamped those. And what I love about these little letters, when you're doing vintage projects, you can actually put the edges into the ink easily too, so that when you stamp, you can get little corners and things like that, because you don't want everything to be too perfect. So these are all little bits that are going to be going into my journal, and this is kind of a test to see if my technical issue is fixed. Hopefully it is, so that you can watch this, and I will be back next month to share with you the finished journal and all of this stuff put in it. So in the meantime, I've got links below if you want to make some of this stuff to go in a journal. It's just a really lovely neutral vintage collection that works beautifully together and can be for any theme, any occasion. So thanks for watching today, and I will see you again soon. Bye-bye.